in order to take advantage of Famous's, full 3D nature, where it's communicating with the GPU in the language it understands, which is, of course, 3D transforms, it begs the question of, hey, what are the kinds of displays, what are the kinds of inputs that befit such a system? Inputs, we're looking at things like, the connector Leap Motion possibly becoming a lot more popular in the future, actually be able to interact in 3D. But to view something in 3D is, kind of a difficult trick. There's, ways to do that on our 2D screens, such as, tablets and desktop computers. But something like Google Glass, that could very well represent the future of how people interact literally in the real world in 3 dimensions. As of the time of this recording, it is pre-release, but it will be open source software available to all to consume and contribute to. As with any framework, it's going to be something that is necessarily incomplete for all the needs of present and future. So I imagine we'll have people interacting with Famous as, a platform for rendering WebGL, as a platform for building games, as a platform for building mobile and tablet applications. And there's going to be, many ways to consume it. In something like iOS, for example, you have something like UIKit, which you open up Xcode right there, and there are all those Lego blocks that you can just start putting your app together, and it looks and feels like an iOS 6 or 7 application. But then you see people working a little on a deeper level, going down to Quartz Core, upon which UIKit is based, and building things that sort of are literally outside the box. And I imagine Famous will be much the same way. There'll be pieces that will be accessible to developers who are even new to graphical programming in general. But then, it's the metal's all exposed because it's open source, it's JavaScript. So people who want to attack it at a deeper level, have it render to new targets, push it beyond even what we thought was capable, that's going to be available as well. This is what I think native applications will begin to look like. When people saw native applications years ago, they're thinking, oh, is it blue and white with rounded corners? And does it come out of the UIKit toolbox that I sort of described before? But as you can see, this application looks very, very different. We have features that are hard to do even in native, like this Gaussian blur as I pull the statistics menu up from the picture behind it. This transparency, the animation here where the sun moves across the sky, and the coup de grace, I pull it from left to right, being able to do this double parallaxing effect with the photos in the background. And this won an award because people didn't think this stuff was possible even in native code, even directly using Quartz Core. But the funny thing about this one is that this was written entirely in Famous using JavaScript. So this is great news for us because attaining the respect of a native application is no longer about does it look like it was built using those tools? Does it conform to the human interface guidelines? Instead, does it do the kinds of things that blow me away?